I didn't even wonder about the fact that, should he win? Orton definitely should have won that match at WrestleMania. Send the fans home happy, sad, or whatever. But I think you were going to send a lot of fans home happy by seeing Orton win, mainly because that was the right business decision to make. You've teased for weeks and weeks and weeks that, this was Orton's big match, his make or break shot at the world title. This was going to put him in that, propel him to be the biggest star in the promotion. And it didn't happen. And even the body of the match I was very disappointed with. Here was a angle based on violence and retribution and a family thing. It was all about Stephanie and Stephanie being injured in front of her husband. And they almost go into a collar and elbow tie up to start the match. They should have been out there just wailing, and it should have been blood. And it
we're PG. We're PG.
Yeah, but what? I find that something's missing in a major show, especially a grudge match like that when there's no juice on the show.
Right.
And especially, it should have been in that one. I don't, care if it's PG or XXX or what. I mean, there should have been blood in that match, and there wasn't. And here we got a guy who's using a sledgehammer every week, and they won't even let him hit his opponent with a camera monitor. And the match was it was not laid out well, and that's surprising for the main event of WrestleMania, because that's usually the match they do the agents do their best work on, and they didn't do it for that one. And I was really disappointed. I was at a sports bar watching a lot of other fans and kind of gauging their reactions, and it was like, gee, that's not how we wanted this to end. So I don't know how they recover. That was their one opportunity to finally make Orton that huge star that he was destined to be, and they didn't do it. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the reaction to Triple H hasn't been so strong lately.
Right.
There was a very mild reaction at Mania, a mild reaction Monday night, and I think if I were in charge, I would rethink the whole Orton Triple H storyline now. Maybe the draft will take care of that. I don't know, but it's really faltered down the stretch.
Well, how can they? Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead. No, I was going to say that I think part of that is because Triple H is I feel Triple H is much better as the heel.
Yeah.
And the goody two shoes Triple H is kind of gotten stale.
It has.
And the fans are no longer responding to that. Before he used to get a huge pop even as a face, but after you can hear how many people want to cheer for Orton.
Yeah.
And Orton has to resort to all those tactics just to get them to boo him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know that they're gonna. I don't really know that they're gonna turn Hunter. I've got a little inkling that they may turn Batista, though.
Yeah.
This could be a setup match, the Backlash 6-man with Batista and Shane and Hunter. I think if there's a turn, it could possibly happen where Batista makes a turn and conceivably could join Orton's group.
But why? He's not second generation.
Yeah, but I think in his case maybe it would be an exception. I don't know how long the second generation thing is going to or this generational thing is going to last. I know they were talking about bringing in D.H. Smith, Harry Smith, but I don't know if Harry's quite ready for that. So it's just a way they could really freshen things up. But then again, Batista's got to, I think they have to use him very strong right now. I don't think there's a lot of time left to do things with him.
Right.
He's injury prone. He's not a young guy, and I think they probably need to make Batista a major focus right now.
And they're going. I think the term wouldn't be bad because they need something major.
They do
to save it.
They do, and I thought they really needed something major at WrestleMania to happen. You know, Mania is always a show that produces a couple of moments that takes people off guard, and they say, gee, you know, that's something I'm going to remember from this. I didn't really get anything out of WrestleMania except for the fact that Triple H and Shawn Michaels had one heck of a match. But beside that,
Taker.
I mean, yeah, Taker and Michaels. What did I say?
Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, sorry about that. But between Taker and Michaels, I didn't really see anything that memorable. You know, something you'll remember 10, 15 years down the road. Did you guys?
Absolutely not. I actually couldn't find a sports bar here in Myrtle Beach, so I had to purchase the pay-per-view. So I was, you know, even that more infuriated.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just sitting there with my arms crossed, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen in Money in the Bank. I was with the many who hated the CM Punk thing. I don't think they're using them right or something, because to me he's boring.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to see him when everybody popped when Christian went up there, and they didn't want to put it on him because everybody thought he was going to win, but maybe they should have just let him win.
I know that would have been a moment that said, hey, maybe Christian's going to get the big push now. I think fans wanted to see Christian win that match, but once again, we get a repeat with CM Punk, and you're right, they're not using CM Punk in the most effective manner. So what? They give him a title stint for a month or so. Big deal. That's just sort of an aberration. They don't see him as a real, legitimate world heavyweight champion. It's more like they're trying to appease a certain faction of fans that like guys like the Hardys and CM Punk and the guys they consider smaller guys. But Christian, I thought could be a very good choice to win that Money in the Bank match, because it also sets up some possibilities that he may get back together with Edge. There could be some type of reunion like that. But now, where does that put him? He's back in the, back in ECW land with not much, upward traction.
Right, and they have to move him with this draft. I think they should have let him win Money in the Bank, and then that would put in our back of our minds, especially when the triple threat match came around, that hey, maybe Christian will jump in here and cash in this night. Because it hasn't happened before, and that would give us something to look forward to in WrestleMania. But instead, I think it just kicked the show off all wrong, and fans were already mad. So.
Yeah. I mean, I just did not see WrestleMania 25 as the. I thought WrestleMania 24, last year's version, was much better than this year's.
Agree.
There was and a lot of it had to do with Ric's retirement and retirement match and induction into the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's just an electric week. But something was missing here. Something was definitely missing on this show, and fortunately, Taker and Shawn really was the one shining moment. But as far as the rest of the stuff, wasn't very good. Santina Marella winning the Diva match, and like you guys said, they brought in a few girls from the past, but they were gone before you even knew there was a match going on.
I didn't know who was eliminated at all.
It's happening too fast.
There was no personal moments there. They all came through with Kid Rock performing. I'm like, okay, why bring back all these women and make this such a big deal? And then, women are getting thrown out left and right. Not even the announcers knew who was in.
No, well, they didn't even give them intros. And here you had